month with a pretty big purchase. I got some new bling. As you can see, this ring is new. I had been expecting to make a purchase of a ring for a little bit. I've been saving up my tip money from my weekend job. It's like a two-tone old mine cut Art Deco diamond band. I think it's really beautiful and unique, and I love that it's two-tone because currently I have one silver ring and two gold rings, and this one kind of ties it together. I was going to get a ring from the same boutique where I got this ring here at the bottom of my stack. It has like little daisies and there's a bee on there as well that I think is a really pretty detail. It's from a designer called Alex Monroe that's based in the UK, but I bought it from a boutique in Michigan called Thistle and Bess, and they had another ring that I was really like excited about getting. I saw it in store last fall. I was like completely planning to purchase it, and then last weekend I took Becca to a local jeweler to get a stone reset and a ring, and the jeweler had a really great collection of unique old jewelry, and this ring caught my eye. And it's funny, he was much more a craftsman than a salesman, and he was like extremely pragmatic. Like every time we were like, oh, I like that, it's so pretty, he would be like, well, you know, it's like not the best setting for everyday wear, like, you know, gemstones are soft, you have to take care of them. And with this ring, I was wondering if the center stones were like citrine or yellow diamonds because they looked slightly yellowish in the case. And he was like, no, they're just not very good diamonds. I was like, okay, no biggie. Like, I think it's really pretty, and it was a great price. But yeah, he was great. I really just liked him better for it. He's like very refreshing. I feel like most times you go into a jewelry store and the salespeople are like highly trained and very polished and like only say nice things about the jewelry. So it was nice to get an honest perspective on some of the pieces. But yeah, that's mon nouvel bijou. So I had something kind of embarrassing happen. I am doing something tonight. It's Friday, and I won't be able to go lift at the gym, which is my usual Friday night thing. So I wanted to do a morning workout class today, and when I went to check if there were any Pilates classes, there was one at 11, which was really great because usually there's none left on Fridays. They go really fast. So I went to the gym a few minutes early, did some stretching, and then at 11, I show up at the Pilates class studio, door, and there's one trainer and one person inside apparently doing a private session. I tried to open the door, but it was locked, and he came out and he was like, hey, can I help you? And I was like, there's a class at 11, right? And he's like, here, let me check. And he's like, there's one at 10 and there's one at 12. And I was like, oh no, which one did I miss? Because there's a $10 fee if you miss a class, and I've managed to avoid that so far when I've been taking these classes. And he's like, yeah, hopefully it's not the 10 o'clock one. And I was like, that's so inconvenient because I can't really hang out here for another hour to take a class if it's the one at 12. And I pull out my email and I look at it and it says 11, and I'm like, it's today too. And I'm like, I'm missing something. So I went up to the front desk and I was showed the girl, and she was like, oh, it's a mat Pilates class. And I was like,
oh, okay, like, because the mat Pilates class, you don't need a subscription for because it doesn't use the machines. So I did a mat Pilates class this morning. Kind of embarrassing mistake. And then I went to I was gonna get a sandwich, but they don't have sandwiches anymore. There's this local cafe that does Italian inspired coffees and sandwiches, but they did have a wrap, and this is like ham and cheese and pistachio cream, which is really interesting. Super tasty. And they totally sucked me in with their spring drinks menu. They had a tiramisu iced coffee with cream cheese cold foam. It's really good, actually. I'm like glad I went in and tried it. The last couple times I've been in, I didn't love what they had, but they're kind of winning me back over with this. It's very tasty. Pastry taste test. I went back to the cafe I was at on Friday to get one of their pastries because I was getting like a sandwich and a drink. I didn't feel like spending $30 on lunch. So this is the Dubai chocolate inspired thing. I guess it has pieces of phyllo. The sun is very bright. It's very sunny today. And it's passion fruit. And Becca and I like passion fruit, so we're gonna split it. The top part just fell off. It's so bright. The phyllo isn't crunchy. No, I like the flavor though. Croissant is good. Last time I had a croissant from there, it was really greasy. Very good. I like it.
A couple weeks ago, I was saying in a video that I was thinking about getting some yellow nail polish for spring. And given how prevalent yellow is in fashion right now, I really didn't expect it to be as hard as it was to find yellow. So I got this one from OPI, and usually OPI is pretty good. They don't usually do me wrong, but this one, it was called like It's a Butterfly or something like that. So it had butter in the name. So it was like buttery yellow. It looked buttery yellow. It had a little bit of sparkle in it, which I wasn't loving. But I was like, we're gonna give it a try. It's all they have. All day yesterday. I did my nails Saturday night. And then at church, I kept looking at them and just being like, something's off. Like, I don't like this. Like, what's wrong? Like, trying to convince myself that I like. And I came home and I was like, okay, do they look like butter? And I put them next to the butter and they looked like brown. And I was like, okay, this is not butter yellow. This is like margarine yellow. I showed my sister Juliana. She was like, it looks like you have a nail fungus. And I was like, amazing, great. Also, it's like the kind where like the sheer layers go on streaky. If you're gonna make a sheer nail polish, make sure it's not streaky, okay? It should be like nice and like give you nice even coverage. These have 2 coats on them and you can like still see straight through. These have 3 coats, but they're both nicked because when you put 3 coats of nail polish on your nails, it doesn't dry. So I took it back. I don't usually return used stuff to Ulta, but I was like, this is not something I'm ever going to use again. So I went to Ulta. This is like Sally Hansen. It's a lovely buttery yellow, very bright, not neon, but not brown, not margarine. I opened my business email inbox this morning, and at the top there is an email. The subject line says, today is International Beaver Day, and this email is sent to Clara last name, Hannah last name, and then Lydia at The Illustrated Life. So I'm guessing, actually let me check. This is probably a past customer of mine. Anyway, it says, hi Clara, Lydia, and Hannah. I thought it would be fun if you gals did something to share with Grandpa to celebrate Beaver Day. Maybe you could draw a picture of a beaver, write a poem, make a beaver, sew a beaver, and whatever you create. I copied out some info about beavers and I'm going to show to Grandpa. You will probably bring the papers to your house to share, love, Grandma. Like, so cute. And wholesome, but is this a prank? Like, what is this? This is like, I've had funny emails before, but this one might take the cake. I've been adopted into a family that loves beavers, I guess. I got a really cute baseball cap for my coffee shop job because I have to wear a hat in the kitchen. I have never bought a baseball cap before in my life until now. I think it's really cute. It says Bonjour, mon chéri, and it has cherries, which are not called cherries in French, they're called cerises. But I don't think it was necessarily supposed to be a pun. Anyway, I think this is really cute. I'm looking forward to wearing it at my next shift. I also ordered a top. It was very cute, but kind of out of my price range. I think they have it on Newly. There's a couple things on Newly that I want to like buy, honestly. Maybe I will cough up the money and get a Newly subscription some month soon so I can wear this top and the other ones I'm interested in.
You're making me nervous.
I just caught it. Oh, you just got the tree, mate. Oh,
Megan's biggest catch of the day. The tree ate the bait.
Should I take care of this?
Okay, we're stuck. You caught my line.
Okay, give it a touch.
Oh, it's a fish. It's a bluegill. Alright, what do I do with this little guy?
You're gonna need some flaggers.
Very green tasting. I like them. I like matcha. Very good. Becca's friend sent her matcha Pocky sticks. So she brought me a taste test. We just got home from our trip. We were visiting my grandma who lives in Pennsylvania. And on Tuesday, we went to State College to have like a little girls' day. We went shopping and thrifting and we got some coffees. Really, really good coffees, by the way, like the best strawberry flavored coffees and matchas I've ever had. And I found something I have to show you. I haven't been thrifting as much lately because I'm really trying to rein in my spending habits, but we were at Goodwill and it was like the biggest Goodwill I've ever been to. The first thing that caught my eye was this little stack of miniature Willowware dishes. And I've seen, you know, small dishes before. I've seen willow dishes plenty of times, but it was this whole stack, and there was one other. Let me see if I can find it. And this stood out to me because it was an unusual shape. It was this oval dish, like just a small oval tray. And these were all together, but by themselves. Like there were no other willow dishes like this. And I was trying to figure out what they were for. So well, first of all, because I'm clumsy, I knocked one off and broke it. And then I took a picture and like Google imaged it, trying to figure out what they're for, because I've bought little blue and white dishes like this before, but they were for soy sauce. And the first thing that came up was a child's Willowware tea set, which looking at this now, I can see that it has an indentation for a teacup. So then I was like, oh wait, like if this is actually like a tea set, there might be more pieces to this, because the pictures I was seeing, they had like tons of other dishes too. So I started looking around, but this place was huge and like never been there before, and I could not find the cups. I was like, they're probably like teacups by the cups, right? Like if they're anywhere. Couldn't find the cups. I went around to like all the other stuff, the books, etc. Came back, found the shelf of the cups. First I find this, a teapot with a lid. Then I find the creamer and the teapot. So cute. And then this serving dish, which is like all one piece. These are like fused together. The pièce de résistance. Look at that. It has like the whole lid and everything. But I couldn't find the teacups. I was like, where are the teacups? There has to be teacups if all of these pieces are here. So I like went around, looked some more, came back to the cups, and there were two that like weren't there before. I was like, were these like right under my nose? Like, how did I miss these? And look how little they are. They're so adorable. I was like, maybe they had just put them out. So I like went past the bin where they were like putting out dishes from and peeped inside. And sure enough, the final two teacups. So barring the one dish that I broke, I found an entire set of miniature blue Willowware made in Japan, China. And I am obsessed with this. This is the funnest thing I have found thrifting in a very long time. I definitely had an obsession with tiny things growing up, and this just makes like my inner child so happy to find a tiny little tea set. How cute is that? They're all in like excellent condition too. Like none of these are chipped, except for the one that I broke, which I didn't end up buying. Also, I went fishing this week. I'm a licensed fisherwoman, and I caught a fish, which is a bucket list item. So I think I'm up to like 5 bucket list items or something close to that. Fun part of the week, and it was really enjoyable. I did not catch a trout, even though I had a tag for one, but I did catch 2 sunfish, which I could not keep. So that's just an update to my bucket list challenge, and I'm working on a couple more, so hopefully I'll have like more to share with you about that in the near future. when I tell you I was this close to missing my class this morning. I set my alarm for 8, my class was at 9, and wait, is there something on my camera? There is, there's a fingerprint on it. I turned the alarm off instead of hitting snooze. Big mistake, big mistake. I now know that it's too dangerous. If I do that, I have to have to get out of bed immediately because I was like trying to wake up. I roll over, it's now 8:47. And it takes like 10-15 minutes to drive to my gym, depending on like traffic and stuff. When I tell you, I went from 0 to 60 in like 3 seconds. Thankfully, I like laid my stuff out last night, or otherwise I really would have been like in a tizzy. I made it, did the class, great class, did my stretching, got some coffee from the coffee bar. I saw a video recently that was like judging you based off of your coffee cup, and this exact cup, they showed it and they were like, this is the cup you're drinking coffee from if you're desperate. If you're like at a hotel with free coffee, or like your gym's free coffee and you just need coffee. And I was like, you nailed it, because this is literally the cups that my gym uses. Midwest fancy. I don't know, kind of slaps when you put that coffee mate in it. It's hot, it's sweet, it's all right. Okay, I'm gonna go home and eat breakfast and actually make myself a real coffee. I just dropped back off at work, so I made myself a drink. I made a blueberry muffin latte. Blueberry syrup isn't like a menu item, but one of the girls who works at the cafe will make it from time to time. So I did blueberry syrup, some brown sugar, and oat milk. Very good. And now I'm off to work. I still have so many packages. I barely got around to any yesterday. Becca was sending me pictures from our first day in France last year, which was today. Take me back. I want to go back so badly. Like 100% not overrated, 100% awesome. I love France.
Yes.
That's all. I still kind of want to dance with me. Where's mine? Oh, here she is.
Well guys, it is now the evening of April 30th. It's the last day of April, and I can't believe the month is over. That went by so fast. The last week or so have been less eventful in terms of like things I've been doing, but Sunday I did have like kind of a fun girls outing, sort of spontaneously. Becca was hanging out with a couple of her friends, and one of them had come from out of town, and beforehand she was trying to figure out what they should do together for the afternoon, and I suggested they go pottery painting, and she was like, oh, I love that idea. And then I was kind of like, ah, well, that'll be fun for you, I wish I could go, but like obviously it's your friend group, I'm not gonna crash your outing. And she was like, oh, but you should. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna crash your girls afternoon like with your friends, because it's kind of like a mixed group of like my friends and then her friends, and they don't get to see each other very often. So she went to hang out with them, and then like 15 minutes later I got a call, and she was like, I told them and they said you should come. So I went and got coffee and pastries and went pottery painting, and it was a lovely way to spend the Sunday afternoon. I painted a hydrangea mug. As you saw, I had actually seen one like it at Stover Home, briefly considered buying it, but I was like, I don't need another mug. So I ended up using that as inspiration. It's just a very simple pink hydrangea on a white mug, and I'll probably get it back in a couple of weeks. So I'll show you in my next vlog. I'm going to do another like monthly recap vlog next month is what I've decided. I really like this format of like stringing together kind of like a highlight reel of my month, kind of like just romanticizing the like special moments and the fun moments and the memorable moments, the aesthetic moments in my life. So please comment and tell me if you like that format, or if you're like, no, we want more like gritty reality and chaos, and as much as I am chaotic. The other thing I've done the last few days was I painted my phone case. I showed a little bit of the process. but here you can see it better. And this is a project that I put off literally for years. I got my phone. My current phone is I think it's an iPhone 12, and I got it in 2021. And I knew I wanted to do a leather phone case. I had seen some other artists doing leather paint projects, and I got the leather paint and I got the phone case, and I actually ended up painting a pair of leather sandals that turned out super cute. I'll like find a picture of them and put it up here. And unfortunately they broke, so I had to throw them away. But I really liked the idea of painting a leather case, and I found the case, never painted it, and it completely wore out. And then I was like, I guess I need to get another one. So the original one I got was tan. It was like a cognac color. It was really funny. My dad has the same phone. He got the exact same case. So we're always like mistaking each other's phones. And then I got a blue case around the same time. He also bought a blue case. And we were like, why do we keep doing this? But his blue is slightly different, so they're a little bit easier to differentiate. But now we'll really be able to tell them apart because his doesn't look like this. This took like an hour. I don't know why I put it off for so long. I was just like, I'm never gonna do this, like, if I don't do it soon. Like, this phone case is already getting really nicked up. I will say, I wish Apple still made these leather cases. They make silicone cases now, and I don't think the paint will adhere to silicone. So it's like really unfortunate. I don't think I could like offer these to people generally. But if you have an older phone, you can still get these like on eBay, and they're a good price now because they're like for old phones. But yeah, that is my most recent art projects. I have some fun stuff coming up in May. I don't know how much of it I'll get to share, or how much of it will like actually, you know, come to pass, but I have some fun ideas and other fun things coming up. So I guess you'll have to wait to see them in my next monthly roundup, because this is the end of the vlog. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed. If you made it this far, please consider subscribing, as you obviously enjoyed the video and stuck around for some reason. And leave a comment and tell me what your favorite memory you made in April was. I'll see you next time.